YouTube, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be checking out Silent Planet. This is the first time we've ever covered any music by Silent Planet on this channel. The album in particular we're going to be checking out is their latest 2021 release, Iridescent. Panopticon! Anyways, all I know about this band is that they're an American metalcore band, so I have a rough idea of what they might sound like. I've heard from the community feedback that you guys have given me that the lyrics in this album are very, very important. I believe they're quite deep, so I'm going to pay a little bit more attention to the lyrics than I might normally have. Obviously, they'll be up on screen so you guys can read along if you've never heard this band before. I'm hoping this video doesn't get blocked, so if it doesn't, obviously we'll have the full reaction available for everyone on YouTube. If it does get blocked though, obviously I'm going to try and do a highlight video and then the full album reaction will be uploaded to Patreon. But look, if that's not the case, then you can ignore this. But anyway, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who has supported the Patreon over the last 2 months. I really only started promoting it again recently and we've already got over 100 members over there, almost 120 members. So it's absolutely phenomenal support, guys. I really fucking appreciate it. Anyone who does want to support the Patreon, links will be in the description. You'll get access to all the polls that we do so we can decide which albums come up. You'll get early access to any videos that are released and don't get blocked by YouTube. You'll get access to all of the videos, the back catalogue of videos that have been blocked before, and anything that will get blocked going forward because it's just the nature of the game. So yeah, that's all the plugs done, lads. Please drop a like in this video if you haven't already. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. And without any further ado, let's go in. Okay. A very, very interesting, I won't say intro track because it's technically not the intro, but very interesting. It's because it reminds me of Load a little bit. There was certain aspects of that with like the post production that reminded me of Lowe's, the kind of weird scraping noises that they use quite a lot. But the tone of the guitar was really nice for the I like that. Let's go on to track number 3, which is called Trilogy. Okay, I'm gonna like this one, I know. That's very era-esque sounding riff, mixed with Meshuggah as well. Very Sam Carter-esque there from Architects.
Every time thousands into a fast mechanical movement. I'm a synapses in my chains. I've been choked, letting go, but the fear never left when it's left alone. So I'm fading to static and the disconnect.
Oh no.
In my head, it's always red. The static in my head, it's always red. The static in my head, it's always red. The static in my head. Return to the hands of time. There's nothing human in this realm of wide. Pain, sound. That's the noise that finds us. Pain, sound. That's the noise that finds us.
Whoa! What the fuck? I thought that was going to keep getting louder. I was about to take my headphones off. Holy shit. Okay, right. We're picking up a little bit. But, yeah. It's still, that kind of reminded me of Load again. There's certain things that just sound a lot like Loads. This new age metalcore sound. this. I really like this one. I like that melody. It's not like too over the top, but like trying to be really melodic, but it just has that enough to make me be like wanting to sing along with it.
I'm coming clean. We made our peace with make-believe. So stay and count the ghosts with me. 'Cause they might hunt, but they won't bleed. So stay and count the ghosts with me. 'Cause they might hunt, but they won't leave. Stay and count the ghosts with me. Falling from the shadows and returning to the day. Many was the monuments of soul eternal tours. But I slept inside the night to say my same goodbyes until the lie is true. Shroud with me in deja vu. I feel it all. I feel it all. Why do I hide my body? I'm wide awake underneath it all. You learn to shine somebody.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite of the like 4 tracks we listened to so far. What do I have my body? Yeah, that's gonna be that's already stuck in my head. But just funny on the name, I was just thinking about it there. I think I seen a comment on YouTube like not too long ago where it was like, what is up with like all metal bands having an obsession with the sun or like hating the sun? I know this one isn't like anything to do with destroying the sun, but when you really look at like
5 minutes later.
what did I say about metal bands? Look at these lyrics. Bastard sun. What did the sun do to any of these bands? I don't know what Panopticon means. Let me look that up. A circular prison with cells arranged around a central well, from which prisoners could at all times be observed. Oh Jesus, okay, so this is gonna be heavy as fuck. There's no way you have a track called Panopticon that is not gonna be heavy. Oh, yeah, this is gonna be disgusting. Oh, this is different. This is different.
A shell for a skull and a body to commodify. Under the line we survive inside this machine. When we lose ourselves and retreat to screens, retreat to skies, retreat to skies.
Oh, I feel like these lyrics are quite significant. Just listen along here. Analog, heart, flatlined, and digitalized. Okay, these lyrics are deep as fuck. I really like it. Although it's Panopticon and the description I read out was obviously like a prison where you can be observed at all times. It's probably paying on the fact that humans are now being observed all the time. I don't know if that's going too far down that rabbit hole of like the whole, you know, government spy and that kind of thing. Analog, heart, flatlined. So, you know, what we were analog, I suppose, coming from like an older generation, killed off and digitalized. So we've become this digitalized society. A shell for a skull and a body to commodify. Okay, so that's fairly self-explanatory. Apart from the shell for a skull, maybe like trying to say that people have become a lot weaker. You know, skulls being, you know, hard to penetrate. A shell being a lot easier, I'd imagine. A shell for a skull would mean, yeah, a lot easier to get into someone's head. But we lose ourselves and retreat to screens. Okay, so then the very obvious retreating to screens, you know, constantly on our phones. So interesting. I like when tracks are easy to understand, but the lyrical substance of it is a little bit you know, you have to kind of dig a bit. Like, ultimately I understand the message, but like the way it's written is a little bit like, that's quite cool the way they've written that. So let's continue on. I'm going to bring it back a little bit. And I like the post-production, the digitalized post-production after he says digitalized or digitized. That's pretty cool.
Under the line, we survive inside this machine. When we lose ourselves and retreat the screens, retreat the skies, retreat the skies. They see all, but we see one. Shut down the system, burn away the veil. What waits? A face behind a face behind a face. Reverse the network, burn away the veil, and you'll find a face behind a face behind a face. The butcher's charge, amplify the polarized. When our nerves are dulled and our souls are bottomized, we slave with pixels in a dream machine. When we lose ourselves and retreat the screens, retreat the skies, retreat the skies. Shut down the system, burn away the veil. What waits? A face behind a face behind a face. Reverse the network, burn away the veil, and you'll find a face behind a face behind a face.
Yeah, the lyrics in this are making the actual track hit so much harder.
Unto us, a program is born, holy virus. Taker of the earth.
What did I say as soon as I seen the name of this track, Panopticon? I knew after seeing the definition of this track, it was going to be heavy. What the fuck was that breakdown? Again, going back to the lyrics, I fucking love tracks that are focused on, I suppose, a human revolution or some form of revolt, similar to a lot of Rage Against the Machine's music and the whole, you know, idea of Rage Against the Machine. Literally, it's in their name, Raging Against the Machine. This is like, we need to revolt, otherwise unto us a program is born, holy virus, taker of the earth. So like, again, it's talking about this whole digitalized society and people, like, you know, becoming so involved heavily in this digitalized new age. And it's obviously like people are losing ourselves. We lose ourselves and retreat to screens again, just keep going back to what we know, what we're comfortable with. What waits? A face behind a face behind a face. That's a pretty cool line as well. Reverse the network, burn away the veil. So people trying to stand up and, you know, take some action of your own lives, I suppose. The track itself, without the actual lyrical content, like if I was just listening to this and not really pay attention to the lyrics, it's still a very good track, but the actual lyrics and what he's speaking about makes it so much fucking better. That's that load sound that, again, it's not load sound, but it reminds me of load. Yeah, that sounds fucking mental. Sound of Sleep. bastard. So what did I say? What did I say about metal bands? Look at these lyrics. Bastard son. What did the sun do to any of these bands? A lot of the vocalists, I won't call it maybe it is kind of like a vocal imperfection where he's almost like letting his voice distort, or he's letting his voice kind of cut. It reminds me of the lead singer of Landmarks. In a way, I'm not the biggest fan of Landmarks, to be honest. I think the lead vocalists almost always sounds like he's not in tune, like, if that makes sense. And this sounds like the vocalist, don't get me wrong, doesn't sound like the Landmarks vocalist, and I actually really like this vocalist, but the like vocal imperfection, it's obviously intentional. Well, I don't know if it's actually an imperfection or if it's, you know, intentional or not, but to me it sounds like he's going out of tune, but it kind of works at the end of some of his words. But if it was to constantly be like that, which I find with Landmarks is kind of throws me off the music, it just sounds like it's always out of tune. It just sounds like he can't actually sing. Again, my personal opinion, I know some people might disagree with that, but the point being is that when his voice kind of cracks like that, it reminds me of Landmarks. Just an observation, but I'll bring it back slightly again. Like there. Okay, that was unexpected. To be honest, that was an unexpected twist. They got me so fucking bad. Oh, I'm gonna cringe so much when I have to edit this. Identical,
My anesthetized half-life don't suffice as time for one life. You are too retard. We hide in the guise of benevolence until the system burns. Burn, burn, burn. Let's simplify subjection. Burn, burn, burn. Let's change your face insurrection. Strife, swerving left and still in right. They've only come to take your life. The only remedy is solidarity. And now I know the death of my pride is the cost of peace. Cold as the empire that stole away your breath. Long as the history inside your chest.
Okay, I haven't really been following the lyrics much because the intro was so quick and the lyrics sped through so fast. I haven't really got a chance to kind of figure out alive as a housefire. Okay, so you're dead. Yeah, these are some of the most metal lyrics I've seen on an album for a while, but I can definitely see why you guys were very much so prompting me in the direction of paying close attention to the lyrics. It's making this experience a lot more enjoyable. The album fucking slaps though. The actual the instrumentation side of it is brilliant, but the lyrics is definitely adding a new element to it. Terminal. Did they not already have a track called Terminal? Oh, it was Trilogy. That's what it was called, Trilogy.
The hourglass is vacant, centers to medication. You can feel me, but I'll never reform. I'm slipping to sedation. The seconds are contagious. Can you tell me if I'm terminal?
Okay, so I had to go to Reddit there just to get a better idea, because I wanted someone, you know, sometimes you can understand the main premise of a track and why it's been written and the lyrical content of it, but you can't really word it or put it, you know, make sense of it so that you can actually explain it. So I went to good old reliable Reddit and looked through a thread for a while, and I seen someone commented Phantom Sphere 11 months ago, said, seems like it's the fear that he's forever incurable, a terminal diagnosis of cancer of the soul, that there's something wrong in the core of his being that medicine can't treat. So yeah, it's obviously you know, there's a lot of mention of cancer, but it's more of a cancer of the soul, not exactly the you know, the disease that is cancer. Okay, so this one doesn't have lyrics. It's called Liminal. And it's a 2-minute interlude track. Yeah, no, man, the new metalcore bands on the scene are just fucking killing it. Like, it's such a fucking beautiful new blend of music that's coming to life in metal as a whole. It's a proper exciting time to be a metal fan, in my opinion. Make sure everyone drops a like in this video if you have not already, be much appreciated. Before we go into the third last track, which is Anhedonia, which I'm going to Google right now. Anhedonia is the inability to feel pleasure. Yeah, so Anhedonia is the next track. Again, it's all of the album theme is very much so structured around depression and, you know, that whole topic. So this is the inability to feel pleasure, which can be a common symptom of depression.
Paradise was lost in the chaos as the heavens turned to black. Vapors of the valley of mass, the coordinator seeks to lift a match. A charlatan forged miracles. The people place their faith in false idols.
Fuck yeah. Oh, that bend, man, is fucking... The cheek of the savior, you follow ostensibly preach to the sheep. Oh, they got me again. That's fucking twice. I love that drumming pattern. You always know something big's coming when they have it. Yeah, those like dotting tap riffs are just diddle-diddle-diddle-doo. They are like porn. They are fucking unbelievable. I love that shit. Diddle-diddle-diddle-doo. That's why I really liked Era's new album. Or latest album. That's a grower for sure. Definitely a grower. But I think this is the last track, Iridescent or Reticent. Let's see how they pronounce it if they use the word in it, because I believe it's just reticent. Iridescent. But yeah, this album's been very fucking good. Okay, he does say reticent, or he says the word at some point in the track, so we'll be able to hear exactly how to pronounce it.
Come for us to make us pure as bleach and permanent,
Very dramatic.
sterile as the sheets under watchful filaments. The won't go out, and if you fell, a flickering that was just my doubt. I found no space for faith between the rise and fall of your heart on LCDs. Formaldehyde, I'm dying inside. Once brave, now petrified. We lost the veil, descend again as wires we grafted into your skin. Flames are burning, you soak with your eyes. The burning stare that kept me alive. No calls to me to let you collapse. I brace for the end as we fade to black.
Okay, so he's actually pronouncing the IR. Our Google told me otherwise, but whatever. I was kind of hoping we get that, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of figured, I was like, ooh, they didn't really give us like anything massive in the second last track, so like surely the last track they're gonna go for it. And then I was like, oh, there's not long left in this track, but they didn't disappoint with that outro. That's so like loath. Let me get this up right now. Hold on, that is so loath. And again, it just goes back to the kind of new age metalcore bands where they're just so fucking experimental with their sounds. Let's rate this album out of 10. I still feel like it's quite hard, but just for the fun aspect of it, I'll try and rate it first listen. Okay, so I gave Whitechapel Kin a 7. Okay, no, sorry, I gave Periphery P2. I think I gave that an 8.5. This is a strong 8.5. Now, bearing in mind, a 10 out of 10 album is like 10 out of 10 album. Polaris is probably like a 7.5, 8. Like, I love the album, but I just don't think it's got enough in it to be like a timeless album. Whereas this one, completely different. This is a 10 in my opinion. Or like a very high 9. But a 10 has to be like an impeccable piece of work. And although I do think that this is a very good piece of work, I just feel like a 10 has to be reserved for like the GOAT tier albums. Now again, this could change over time because it's my first time listening to it. But God, it's a strong between an 8 and a 9. It's somewhere. Maybe I won't say exactly where, but I think it's a strong somewhere in the category of an 8 and a 9. So we'll call it a strong 8.5 for the time being, but obviously that could go up or slightly down again. But yeah, this album, very fucking good. I do appreciate that you guys wanted me to pay specific attention to the lyrics. Again, some of the things may have gone over my head slightly, but I feel like the overall theme of the album was obviously someone dealing with a lot of mental anguish, a lot of depression. So it's and then just also the kind of societal aspect of it as well, this kind of revolt and this fuck the system attitude. I love that. Again, I mentioned Rage Against the Machine. I love a lot of Rage Against the Machine's topics and that kind of thing. It just kind of pumps you up, it fires you up. The music is already very good for the gym and that kind of thing, but when you can hear the lyrics that it's very like, you know, fuck the system, it just makes it a little bit more entertaining, a little bit more grasping, a little more engaging. So I always appreciate those kind of lyrics. But yeah, overall, like I said, strong 8.5. I'll listen to it a few more times, really, you know, delve into it. Favorite track on the album off the top of my head, and that's what I like with 40-minute tracks or 40-minute long albums that people have recommended a lot. There's generally not a lot of like fluff in it. It's all very good tracks, so it's always quite hard to pick out my favorite. Whereas when you get albums like Viljarta, that, you know, with Staden under Vatten, that album, I can quite easily pick out my favorite tracks because it's so long, because a lot of it can be like, I won't say fluff because that album's incredible, but there's a lot of atmospheric build-ups and stuff like that where, you know, it's almost you have to deal with the album as a whole, whereas this, it's like 12 singles, to be honest. Now I know obviously they have the theme running throughout, but it does feel like 12 singles. I'm gonna say the obvious one is Panopticon. I think Second Son was quite good as well. There's some cracking tracks in that, to be fair. It's gonna be hard to pick one of them. There's a lot of vocal melodies, a lot of the tappy, very new age metalcore riffs that I love as well. The lead vocalist, very, very good on that. I believe, in just from reading through that Reddit thread earlier on, I believe the lead guitarist and the vocalists interchange vocals at some point, similar to the way Era do it as well. So that's quite interesting. I believe they did it on one of the music videos, so I don't know if they've done it again, but I think on the music video for Terminal, was it? They did it, they swapped over. So that would be interesting to maybe check that one out at some point. But lads, that is going to be me for the video. I'm going to wrap it up because this video has somehow become an hour and 10 minutes, even though it's like a 40-minute album. So yeah, I'm going to stop talking. Lads, thank you so much for watching the video. If you want to see more Silent Planet on the channel, let me know in the comment section down below. Make sure you drop a like in this video. Make sure you're subbed to the channel. If you want to support on Patreon, patreon.com/DrewFortune, it'd be much appreciated. All the links will be in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I'm signing out. Look after yourselves. Cheers.